Welcome to a transformative adventure, embracing life beyond 70. Step into an exciting new phase of your life where age is merely a stepping stone toward growth and satisfaction. Reaching 70 is not just a benchmark, it's a chance to reshape your existence, release what no longer serves you, and focus on what truly matters. Throughout this journey, we will uncover the significant transformations that can lead to a more purposeful, joyous, and meaningful existence. Picture a life where prioritizing self-care takes precedence over pleasing others, where saying no to unnecessary commitments opens the door to activities that genuinely bring you happiness. Visualize yourself shedding toxic relationships, valuing your health, and overcoming procrastination regarding personal goals. Imagine welcoming change with an open heart, recognizing sleep as vital to well-being, and liberating yourself from the shackles of comparison. These aspirations aren't mere fantasies, they are attainable realities. Join us in exploring these transformative ideas, each serving as a step toward living with intention and purpose. If you find this message inspiring, please consider subscribing to the Stoic Mind Mastery channel. Your path to a richer life begins now. If you resonate with this message, press 2. If it doesn't speak to you, press 7. Thank you for being part of this adventure. Remember, the best is yet to come. 1. Stopping mindless spending. In a world driven by consumerism, it's easy to fall prey to mindless purchasing. For many years, I indulged in buying unnecessary items, thinking they would bring me happiness. My home overflowed with gadgets, clothes, and trinkets, with each purchase giving only a fleeting sense of joy. It wasn't until my 70s that I began to question this behavior. Did these possessions truly enhance my life, or were they merely cluttering both my space and mind? Upon reflecting on my habits, I recognized that real happiness stems from meaningful experiences and connections rather than material goods. I transitioned to intentional spending, acquiring only those things that enriched my life or elicited genuine joy. This included enriching experiences like travel or simple pleasures such as a thought-provoking book. By being mindful about my purchases, I saved money and learned to appreciate what I already possessed. I found happiness in non-material aspects of life, like bonding with loved ones, exploring new interests, and savoring the present. Imagine how much lighter you'd feel if you let go of impulse buys. Consider how modifying your spending habits could enhance your life. By concentrating on what truly counts, you can discover greater freedom and tranquility in your daily routine. 2. Putting self-care first. For a significant portion of my life, I was caught up in the cycle of prioritizing others' needs, often at the expense of my own well-being. I was the dependable one for family and friends, always eager to help. While lending support brought me joy, it also left me feeling drained and overlooked. As I reached 70, I understood that self-care is not selfish, it is essential. This marked a significant shift in my perspective, prompting me to reassess how I allocated my time and energy. I started carving out moments each day just for myself. Whether through a tranquil morning meditation, a leisurely stroll in nature, or simply sipping tea with a good read, these moments became cherished rituals. I also directed my focus towards my mental and emotional health, practicing gratitude and self-kindness. By prioritizing my wellness, I discovered I could offer more meaningful support to others without feeling exhausted. 3. Letting go of toxic relationships. Relationships play a crucial role in our lives, yet not all of them contribute positively. For years, I held on to connections with individuals who failed to respect me or consistently brought negativity my way. I felt compelled to maintain these ties even when they emotionally drained me. However, turning 70 served as a wake-up call, making me realize that life is too brief to spend in the company of those who don't uplift me. Breaking free from these unhealthy relationships was challenging but necessary. I now make a conscious effort to engage with people who inspire and support me. This doesn't involve cutting anyone off harshly. Rather, it's about choosing to invest my time in mutually beneficial connections. This change has led to deeper, more meaningful relationships that add joy and fulfillment to my life. 4. Confronting delays in achieving personal aspirations. Time has a peculiar tendency to pass us by quickly, and for many years, I continuously postponed my ambitions, convincing myself that there would always be more time in the future. However, reaching the age of 70 acted as a critical reminder there's no certainty that tomorrow will come. I came to understand that if I truly wanted to realize my personal ambitions, the moment to act was now. This change in my thinking was both freeing and empowering, enabling me to chase my interests with renewed enthusiasm. I ceased waiting for ideal circumstances and began to take concrete steps toward accomplishing the things I had long desired. Whether it entailed mastering a new hobby, visiting a dream destination, or finally completing that book one had started years ago, I dedicated myself to pursuing my aspirations with intention and resolve. I recognized that the optimal time is not some distant point in the future, it exists right now. This transformation has reignited my zest for life, infusing my days with a fresh sense of enthusiasm and direction. 5. Welcoming change rather than dreading it. Change was once the source of my greatest fears. I did everything possible to avoid it, holding tightly to what I knew, even when it no longer benefited me. Yet, as I've grown older, I've started to perceive change as an integral aspect of existence, a doorway to novel experiences and personal development. Instead of pushing change away, I've learned to greet it with curiosity and openness. This altered outlook has made change seem thrilling rather than intimidating. I now view it as a chance to learn, adapt, and uncover new facets of myself. Accepting change has brought a sense of freedom and adventure into my life even now. I've discovered that change should not incite fear, but should be embraced as an opportunity for growth and enrichment. 6. Releasing concerns about minor issues. In my younger days, I often found myself overwhelmed by the trivial stresses of everyday life. Things like gridlock, small disagreements, and unmet schedules frequently left me feeling anxious and drained. These minor irritations accumulated over time, creating an ongoing background noise of anxiety that impacted my overall health. However, as I neared my 70s, my perspective began to shift. I started asking myself a simple yet profound question whenever I felt upset. Will this matter 1 year from now? More often than not, the answer was a resounding no. This change in mindset provided immense relief. I learned to release my grip on insignificant worries and concentrate on aspects within my control, accepting the chaos and unpredictability of life. By letting go of things that I couldn't influence, I discovered a tranquility that had previously eluded me. I began facing life's hurdles with a balanced viewpoint, understanding that not everything would unfold as planned and recognizing that this was perfectly acceptable. 7. Letting go of working just to stay busy. In today's fast-moving society, we often confuse being busy with achieving success. For many years, I fell into this mindset, convinced that the more hours I clocked in, the more accomplishments I would attain. My schedule was jam-packed with meetings, tasks, and an ever-growing list of things to do. I believed that relentless activity was essential for achieving my aspirations and ensuring a secure future. However, as I neared my 70th year, I started to reconsider this belief. Was all this busyness truly contributing to my happiness, or was it merely a way to avoid focusing on the things that really mattered? The moment of realization came when I understood that my constant work ethic had drained my energy and isolated me from the relationships and activities that brought me fulfillment. I skipped numerous family events, disregarded my personal interests, and rarely allowed myself the time to pause and appreciate the present. That's when I decided it was time for a change. I shifted my approach to work, thinking critically about each task and its significance. I began asking myself, what is the purpose behind this? Does it resonate with my values and goals? If the response was negative, I learned to allow myself to pull back. This change in perspective felt incredibly freeing. I discovered that genuine success isn't quantified by how much you occupy your time, but by the richness of your experiences and the connections you foster. I made it a priority to spend quality time with family, engage in hobbies that excited me, and relish moments of relaxation and contemplation. I found that these simple joys brought far greater satisfaction than any career milestone. Have you ever sensed that you're working just because it's a habit? Think about the liberation that comes from releasing that constant urge to be busy. What if you focused solely on pursuits that filled you with joy or served a more significant objective? 8. Saying no to overcommitting. For many years, I was the person who acquiesced to every request: social gatherings, volunteer initiatives, assisting friends and relatives with various tasks. My desire to avoid disappointing anyone led me to cram my calendar, often sacrificing my own peace and well-being in the process. However, as I matured, I began to understand that declining offers can actually be one of the most empowering actions you can take. It gives you authority over your time and energy, allowing you to concentrate on what genuinely matters to you. These days, I choose my commitments carefully. I focus my time and efforts on engagements that align with my core values and bring me joy. This selective approach isn't selfish, rather it's reflective. I've come to accept that it's perfectly fine to reject invitations, requests, or even interactions with individuals who drain my energy. This newfound wisdom has opened up space for what really counts in my life, enabling me to dedicate my attention to relationships and activities that are meaningful and fulfilling. Do you find it challenging to say no? Consider how liberating it would be to restrict yourself to obligations that genuinely serve your well-being. Reflect on something you've agreed to that is depleting your energy. How would it feel to decline it next time? By establishing limits and prioritizing your own needs, you can cultivate a life that resonates with your authentic values and aspirations. 9. Putting my health first. For many years, my health took a backseat compared to other responsibilities. Work, family duties, and social commitments always seemed more urgent. I often reassured myself that I would take care of my health later, but reaching the age of 70 made me realize that the time for later had arrived. Neglecting my well-being was no longer an option, as poor health can diminish even the simplest pleasures in life. This awakened me to the necessity of making substantial changes to my lifestyle. I began by introducing small, manageable alterations to my daily routine. Each morning, I dedicated time to a brisk walk, which not only enhanced my physical fitness, but also improved my mental clarity and emotional stability. I opted for healthier food choices, focusing on nutrition that empowered my body instead of merely catering to cravings. I incorporated meditation into my daily regimen, which helped alleviate stress and maintain a positive mindset. These adjustments not only benefited my physical health, but also transformed my overall approach toward life. How frequently do you place your health at the bottom of your priorities? Envision the impact a few minor adjustments could have on your life. What's one actionable step you can take today to enhance your health? How might doing this alter your emotional state? By making your health a priority, you can enrich your quality of life and savor the coming years with vigor and happiness. 10. Valuing sleep as a cornerstone of health. Many people tend to underestimate the importance of sleep, especially when they are younger, and often choose work, social engagements, or nighttime activities over adequate rest. I was no different. I frequently stayed up late to maximize my productivity. However, as I matured, I came to recognize just how vital sleep is for overall health. This understanding dawned on me gradually, with life experiences teaching me that insufficient rest hampers both physical and mental performance. Sleep serves as a crucial period for our bodies to recover, our minds to rejuvenate, and our spirits to recuperate. With this insight, I prioritize sleep in my daily routine. I created a calming bedtime ritual designed to help me relax and ensure I obtain restorative rest. This practice includes turning off screens an hour before bed, enjoying a soothing cup of herbal tea, and reading to ease my mind. These small adjustments have significantly improved my mood, energy, and mental sharpness. Awakening refreshed and prepared for the day has been one of the most transformative choices I've made. 11. Letting go of comparisons. Most individuals engage in comparisons unconsciously. For a long time, I gauged my self-worth based on other people's successes, looks, and lifestyles. This ongoing comparison left me feeling inferior and discontented, as I was always chasing after something seemingly out of reach. However, after reaching my 70s, I discovered that comparing myself to others steals joy. I began to redirect my focus from seeking external approval to appreciating my own distinct journey. Every individual travels a unique path, and there isn't a universal standard of success. By releasing the habit of comparison, I found a profound sense of tranquility and satisfaction. I started to value my life for what it truly is instead of perpetually wishing for changes. This shift enabled me to take pride in my own accomplishments and embrace who I am. Letting go of comparisons opens the door to a deeper acceptance of oneself and fosters genuine happiness.